Hello, from the Sage Diaries, I'm Brother Paul, and today I want us to explore the subject of emotions. To be precise, I want us to talk about stray emotions. Life is not and will not always be fair. There will probably be more disappointments than you care to count. People, especially those close to you, will fail you. Friends will betray you. And don't be surprised if they plot to have you killed. Remember the story of Joseph? Business deals will go sour and expectations will fail. One good way to ensure that you do not lose it when all this happens is to learn to manage your emotions. Apparently, emotions are one of the least tackled subjects, and so most of us can't even give a clear definition of what they are. I personally think this is a crucial subject given that we all have to deal with emotions at one time or another. Simply put, emotions can compare to a dashboard in a car. They are a true picture of all the dynamics that are going on in our mind. They have deliberately been crafted in us to act as a guide regarding what actions we ought to take to achieve our expectations, reach our goals, or avoid disasters in life. If we ignore the readings on a dashboard of a car for a moment, we can as well be sure that accidents will be bound to happen. Emotions are not bad in themselves, but rather how we handle them can be a problem. Take, for instance, the emotion of anger. The Bible does not say there is anything wrong with getting angry, but rather it is foolish to let anger abide in you or lead you to sin. Be angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath. Ephesians chapter 4 and verses 26. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger rests in the bosom of fools. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verses 9. Carefully consider the words of the Lord to Cain. Then the Lord said to Cain, why are you angry? Why is your face downcast? If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it. Genesis chapter 4 verses 6 to 7. In every emotional encounter, we are confronted with a choice to pursue what's right or what's wrong. The choice is always with us. Any wrong move, and like Cain, we may have to deal with lifelong or eternal consequences. The Bible talks of self-control as one aspect of the fruit of the Spirit. This is the God-recommended way of handling our emotions. They require to be tamed from time to time as they dictate how we deal with ourselves and those around us. Consider the story of Cain and Abel once again. Cain could not control his anger. His emotion of anger, therefore, made him end up killing his innocent brother. Even checked, even seemingly positive emotions can prove detrimental. A good example is Herod the king. When he got too excited and happy about his stepdaughter's dancing, he ended up killing John the Baptist to please her. A similar fate befell Belshazzar the king of Babylon. When drunk and excited, he could not control his emotions. He ordered for the holy grails that belonged to the Lord's temple to be brought out and used in his feast. The result was disastrous. We are the ones who ought to be in charge of our emotions, rather than the reverse. Thousands, perhaps millions of people today are languishing because they let their emotions drive them at some point in life. They lost friends. They're having to deal with broken marriages. They've murdered people. They have underwent heavy losses or are having to deal with expensive mistakes simply because they lost control of their emotions. Indeed, it is correct to say that most of the maladies and diseases confronting mankind today are an outright result of unmanaged and abused emotions. They do not require any medical prescriptions, but rather a readjustment. Today, learn to make your emotions work for you and not against you. Let them be a guide as to how you ought to respond to both your internal and external environments. You will suddenly discover that life is much more beautiful than you thought, even as your relationships with those around you start to flourish. Once again, from the Sage Diaries, I'm Brother Paul, and I pray that God will help you even as you work to have an emotional readjustment. Till next time, God bless you.